Hi folks, Pastor Sarah here, bringing a Kids Church message for April. This is intended for older elementary kids, 3rd to 5th grade, but anybody who's interested is welcome to listen in. Our story for the month of April is the story of Easter. So first, I just want to fill in a little gap. Between last month's story, the story of Palm Sunday, and this month's story, the story of Easter, Jesus was arrested and he went on trial in front of Pilate, who was the Roman governor, and he ended up being killed. And his disciples were scared and angry and very, very sad. And that's how all of them were feeling when our Easter story happens. Now, I'm going to read one story this week, but throughout the month, I'm going to read different versions of this story because we have a lot of Easter stories in our Bible. Jesus showed up in person to lots of different people. So I want you to listen to the story this week and every other week this month and imagine what it would have been like if you were there. You can either decide to be one of the characters that's named in the story, or you can imagine being yourself and being there with the characters that are named in the story. But imagine what it would have been like for you to be in that place when Jesus shows up in these Easter stories. Maybe you can talk to your parents about what you imagine it being like, or maybe you can write it down, or maybe you can draw a picture or something like that. But imagining ourselves in these stories is a really wonderful way to make them come alive. So I want you to try that this month, okay? This week's version of the story comes from the Growing in God's Love Story Bible. And it's on page 282. The name of the story is Mary Finds Her Friend. What do you do when you miss someone? Do you remember how you played with the person? Do you like to go to places you went together? Listen for what Mary of Magdala did when she missed Jesus. Mary of Magdala missed her friend, Jesus, after he died. She knew the tomb where his body was buried was empty, but she felt close to him there. She stood outside the tomb and cried. When she looked into the tomb, it wasn't empty. 2 angels, dressed all in white, were there. They said, "Why are you crying?" "Someone took away the good teacher. I don't know where he is," said Mary. When she turned around, she saw a man she thought was the gardener. "Woman, why are you so sad?" he asked. "What are you doing here?" "Please tell me where Jesus' body is. Did you move him? Please tell me so I will go and get him," Mary said. The man said, "Mary." Then Mary knew that the man was not a gardener. The man was Jesus. She cried out, "Teacher, you're alive!" Mary was so excited to see Jesus alive. She wanted to hug him. But Jesus said, "Please don't touch me. Go, tell my friends and followers that I am alive. I will soon go to be with God." Mary was so glad Jesus was alive. She ran to find the other disciples so that she could tell them the good news. And now we have some questions to consider together. The first one is, Mary knew that it was Jesus when he said her name. Who says your name in a special way? Is there anybody who says your name in such a special way that you would immediately know who it was when they said your name that way? I wonder. The next question is, if you could illustrate this story with chalk or clay or a torn paper collage, what scene would you want to show? If you do make something with chalk or clay or paper or anything else, I hope that you'll share a picture of it with me, because I would love to see that. The last question says, names are important. Make a list of names of people you love. Ask some of them how they got their names or what their names mean. How did you get your name? What does your name mean? If you don't already know how you got your name or what it means, this would be a great time to ask your parents to tell you that story. Now, this question isn't in the Bible, but it's something that I noticed reading the story. Did you notice the part when Mary sees Jesus and she's so excited because she finally recognizes who he is, and she wants so much to give him a hug, but he says, "Please don't touch me." That made me think about how I'm feeling these days myself. There are so many of you that I wish I could give a hug to, and I can't right now, because we are all supposed to be keeping a distance from each other so that we can be safe and keep each other safe. So maybe something else that you can do is write down a list of all the people that you wish you could give hugs to right now. And maybe you can make some plans for how to get hugs from them when we are able to meet with each other in person again. Peace be with you.